Welcome back, 7 at 4. Women's History Month coming up in just a few days. It's the entire month of March, and the Grandin Theater showing you some films on the 4 waves of the feminist movement. Joining me now, Pippa Gerber-Stroh, the Grandin Theater manager and co-curator of that festival. What's up, Pippa? How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I know we're back again.
Yes.
Because we were just here like last week,
I know,
last
it feels
year.
like yesterday.
Right?
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start with the Grandin Theater. Kind of why is it important there to celebrate Women's History Month yet again this year?
Yeah, we feel like it's our responsibility every year with the opportunities we have as a nonprofit arts organization to make sure that we're uplifting and telling the stories that deserve to be like pedestaled, especially during these heritage months. And we're really lucky that we have the space in our programming to keep doing these programmings every year.
Yeah, getting so close to that 100-year anniversary too.
I know,
it's right around the corner.
Oh, we talk about it every day. Where I'm
because
like,
I mean, it's like right, the light at the end of the tunnel is there.
Yeah.
4 waves of feminism.
Yes.
So for somebody maybe doesn't know what exactly that means.
Yes.
Why that theme, and what is it?
So we decided to focus on the historical aspect of Women's History Month this year. The 4 waves of feminism are kind of just like a general breakup of the different parts of the women's movement. So we have 4 films, each of them fall into one of these waves. We start with, in our first wave, with like The Life of Frida Kahlo. This is gonna be around the turn of the 20th century, women's suffrage, things like that. And our 4th wave feminist pick is a film made from 2023. So we're gonna kind of trace that linear path through the history of the women's movement, and we're hoping that doing this will engage our community members, maybe beyond just watching these films for entertainment value, watching it maybe with more of a historical context. We're gonna have supplementary materials available at all of these screenings that give you historical context of the time, when the film was made, how it was made, the era, and things like that. So we're hoping to engage our community in conversations beyond just the entertainment value of the film, and maybe broadening that scope.
That was going to be my next question with movies that really hone in on, because and pardon me for asking, none of these, they're not documentaries. These are just films.
Yeah, none of them are documentaries.
So you've got a time specific piece on a very important subject. Yeah. I know my wife and I, we're watching fiction, nonfiction. We get sucked into our phones, like we have to pause it, like Google, like we're always Googling something, like what is going on. Yeah. So the fact that you guys are having and offering that literature to kind of go along with the movie, because I'm sure we all got questions like, oh man, who's this actor, who's this actress, or what's this about? So that's important. Now let me ask you this: same thing as we talked about last year. It's so difficult.
Oh,
you only 4 movies out of thousands. Yeah. How do you pick these 4?
So it's no joke. We really want to make sure that our programming is as balanced as it can possibly be, both in the content, the stories that we're telling, and the voices that we're platforming, as well as making sure, the tone of the movies is different. Maybe some people want more of a dramatic story, some people want maybe an action comedy. We want to make sure that we have options for all of those different tastes, and making sure that there are family-friendly picks so people can bring their kids out. And then also, some of the challenges are just in making sure the films can get licensed. I've learned a lot about film licensing since I started doing this. Oh. And some films that we really, really wanted to show, we weren't able to get licensed for the series. And so in that supplementary material that I was talking about with the historical context, we're also gonna have additional recommended films for each wave, so that things that we might not be able to license or get specifically in the
theater.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Or just in the specific path we've created, still kind of get their time to shine. So we're really excited about that.
And that's one of those things, unless you are there in the theater or that is your business, you don't realize the T's you got to cross, the I's you got to dot, just the licensing and the fees and this and that and the third. It's just, it's wild. Yeah. Real quick, volunteer community programmer,
Yes.
How does the theater involve them?
Oh, they're amazing. So this for this series specifically, we had 4 active volunteer community members who aided us in our programming. They send us in selections, recommendations for films that they think would fit this theme or this specific program, and that is then entered into our pool for our team to sort through and figure out how to kind of hone in and fit it into the series. We're really excited to say that 2 out of the 4 of our films, so half of the films, were community picks from this series. Frida and Mona Lisa Smile were both community picks, and they're just an invaluable resource. We want to do everything that we can to make sure that we are broadening our viewpoints and making sure that all the communities and lived experiences that we're seeking to represent have voices and input into the series.
Right.
And so we're hoping to, we had 4 this time. We're hoping maybe we get 5, 6 for the next one. Anybody watching, I don't know where the camera is, that camera.
Yep.
If anybody's watching wants to help out, please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. But we're really grateful to have people whose identities correlate with the Heritage Months.
Yep.
And have them have input.
Well,
broadening our scope there.
We've heard it for years on this show. It is the anchor of the Grandin community and Grandin village for a reason.
Love it.
And you got so many different minds and so many different thoughts that are going there. So it's just this big melting pot where beautiful art comes out of.
Yeah.
Pip, it's great seeing you. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We'll put all the information up on WDBJ7.com, the show times and all that good stuff.
We'll
Don't
see
go
you
anywhere.
soon. Watch local.
Yes, stay here. 7 to 4 back after this.